Hey guys, and welcome to Aviary Attorney. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so let's figure this out. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau I'm gonna butcher this. Murder! Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu! Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. It is midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. Alright. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I'm writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Pertor Demoyo of Demoyo Estate. It's gonna be one of these games where I can't say anything or pronounce anything. This was in my Steam library. Don't know how it got there, but it was there. Looked interesting, so that's why we're here. Let's continue. Well, this is quite something. I know, your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demoyo estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow! So I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court. Of course! It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at Concierge. Excellent, my dearie. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. I like how they're birds and have human hands. Oh, but I better file away Signor Demoyo's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pertor's letter has been added to your evidence folder. Evidence. Pertor's letter has a request for legal aid. Okay. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking on the suitcase symbol. Ah, I nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again? I recall you losing it at the New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. I have 20 francs. You may see how much money he's carrying at any time by clicking on the wallet symbol. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location, name, or location node. Oh, on a location name or location node. Okay. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Okay. So, Aviary Attorney's office. No case too big, too small. No junk mail. Alright. 2. Let's see, for centuries, the infamous Concierge prison has detained the accused and condemned alike. That's where we're going. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered. What'd you want? Good day, monsieur. I'm here to see Dame Caroline de Mayo. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're her lawyer. Huh. Fine, fine. Follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. Sigh. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Caroline de Mayo, I presume. You've arrived. The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listening under Aviary Attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Caroline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? What happened the night of the murder? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinieri, the home of the great Baron Rorgriel. Okay, hold on. Music needs to go a bit down. Okay. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and Baron about business stuff. Business. Okay. Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. Oh, wait. But after dinner, this man with a camera took a photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence folder. Okay. Please continue, Dame Caroline. So, after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. There was something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Let's go with this. Dame Caroline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. The evening was very normal, the food was delicious, and the conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait! Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Caroline, You said the food was delicious, but you didn't say what food it was. You and your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Go on. Then marbled steak served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to the evidence folder. Bloody rare steak has been added to the evidence folder. Sparrowson, you remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? No, you would think that the great baron of Chateau Crenary would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there that evening? Dame Cataline. Who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me, my papa, my dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Rorgule, who hosted the dinner. And his housemaid, Caroline, I think she was called. Of course, Monsieur Grenouille, well, until you know, he died. And there was Monsieur Roberto de Robineux, the man with the camera. But he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? No. That'll be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Crenary and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. We should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur Roberto de Robineux. 2 days for 2 tasks seemed doable, but we should get head back. Okay, sure, why not? And get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go, you do believe my story, don't you? Of course I do, Dame Cataline. It's our duty as lawyers and as gentlemen to have faith in your testimony. You can trust us. Thank you. Thank you both. Alright. Dame Cataline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Rorgule. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not particularly. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone was. A what? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and description in one easy-to-carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. Okay. That's a lot of people. Okay. Grenouille. So that's me, him, the wealthy father, the cat, the jailkeeper, and the person who's murdered. Okay. You can access a list of people who you have met at any time by clicking the book symbol. Let's make a move. Let's see. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. Okay. But you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting save and quit from the pause menu. Okay. You can access the pause menu by clicking the cog symbol in the upper left hand corner or by pressing escape. Alright. We've been to the prison. Let's see. Let's go talk to Robino. So, this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. Ahem. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Roberto de Rubino is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What does he even mean? I think it means that he is pretentious bird brain. In any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? Let's knock anyways, we're here. Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope, doesn't look like he's in. Ooh. We're gonna break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur J.J. Falcon, I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came up. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging down the door. Wait, just like that? Shall we discuss this first? What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. Thought we could find it open window. I didn't think you'd turned into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here. We ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? I was going to say ostentatious. That's just a swanky way for... swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of the door being smashed in could draw unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case. Get out. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Click on an item of interest that the Falcon will examine in closer detail. When you've had enough, or when you find nothing else, examine. Click on the X in the top right corner. Select the area to examine. Okay. I see paints, inks, dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. You could. But we don't have time for a hospital visit right now, so let's not. Okay. The beautiful picture of the perilous skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken for Notre Dame Cathedral itself. I see Borgus tigers in this profile. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps? Looks more like a stepladder to me. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. It's a photograph of a castle somewhere, in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Terrible. I'm enjoying this game. A lighthouse? No, wait. It's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through people's belongings. It's cool. It recently passed amendment allows us to proportionate amount of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrow Son. Alright. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. Hey, Falcon, look. What? It's just an easel. No, look at what's on the easel. Wow, this must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Cataline, and I think Senor Purrington, Cataline's father. So what shall we do? Do we just take this? Let's take it. We've come this far, might as well borrow it. It's been added to the evidence vault. Is there anything else we need to do here? A chandelier. We should get one of those for the office. We don't have the money for that sort of luxury. I think that's everything. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before drawing further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh mon dieu, what happened to my door? Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. Yeah, weasels. They're all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we're like, no, weasels, you can't do that. You cannot do that because that would be illegal. And they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. Oh man. Well, that didn't help us. Alright, let's go here. Falcon and Spurs enter the courtyard of Chateau Crenary. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excuse-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you happen to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in your wallet. Well, or you have 20 francs in your wallet. Normally I'm not one for giving people, beggars, money. I believe in the whole give to food shelters and programs to help them. Spare change can be used for drugs and stuff. Let's give 10 francs though, because she has a cute daughter. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh wow, bless you, messieurs, bless you. It's pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here, moralizing? Come on, Sparrow son, we've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenary. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rogiel must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything on this side of the sign. Is he here right now? Yes. He is the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tactful and finesse. Hey, Baron! Wait like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inbreeded warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rorgirl, property owner extraordinaire at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Not quite. I am a private attorney, J.J. Falcon. This is my associate Sparrowson. Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes, yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked a bunch of questions, then hopped on his way before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. Hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend of mine, loyal business partner. I suppose you, messieurs, will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself. Actually, yeah, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is my understanding that the photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations. So, where shall we go first? First? Let's go to the garden. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so it must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime investigation thing? Yeah, you know, the thing from where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean, search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time Paris and police have missed something right under their noses. Okay. Baron Rogue certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little sheriff people are creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting to saddle horses or horseback riding. Finally crafts a horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid, carved marble. That couldn't have been cheap. I see nothing but water at the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be the perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in and get a closer look just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say, Sparrow said, was go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way. If I wanted to go wading, I'd do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah? Well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yeah. Flip this 1 franc coin. You'll call the outcome. Get it wrong, and go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon's face or plant squiggles? Put it on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going in for a swim. Gah! Fine. Hold my shoes. Look, I really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Oh, you look so sad. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's a murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky and smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt, possibly belonging to Baron Rogo, correct? But that shouldn't be too surprising. It's his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Cigar butt has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? Let's figure it out. Another beautiful horse-made statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse statue that refused to eat hay. That's unfortunate. Yep, eventually realized it was just filling up on horse dorvers. Ugh, terrible. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse... Oh, I missed it. A horse walks in the bar. Why the long face? Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No. The barkeep says, you've got to stop coming in here. You're drinking us under the stable. I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Okay, is there anything else? Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Oh, or maybe a name scrawled out in blood written at the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate the body was moved, or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make up for the bloody mess is Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. Okay, so it was on this side. I think that's it. It's on the left side. I think we're done here. Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? You still have time. Don't push your luck. Alright, let's go to the lounge. Oh my, you're tall. Second floor. Third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, Madame Moselle. I can't pronounce it. Ah, yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. Name's J.J. Falcon. And I'm Sparrow's son. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colline Duhat. So, what can I help you messieurs with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know if this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing. Actually, Monsieur Falcon. Where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now I'm looking. Something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting totally clashes with the decor. It's looking more along the obvious lines. The clock has no hands. I don't know why I expected to see that. Oh, that clock has never had hands. In all the years I've worked here, I think Baron Robriel just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence folder. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Is there something we should know? You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No. I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama last week. It's pressure. Are you sure there isn't anything that you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh, what do we do then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted? That's all. No further questions. Thank you, Madame You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams, and, well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? You know about that. Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved at least. Missing silverware has been added to the evidence folder. I would appreciate if you didn't tell the Baron. He's really kind. I would hate to break his trust. I see. So, where to next, Big Bird? Well, I guess we have to go to the main hall. Did you messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. I had a good look around. Thank you, Baron. But we actually had some questions for you. Please, ask away. I've nothing to hide. About your housemaid, Caroline Duhat. She's courteous young lady, isn't she? Actually, we feel obligated to tell you that. Something of a thieving habit. I know. You know? Of course I know. When the silverwork was missing in the house, occupied by 2 people, it doesn't take a world-class detective to solve the mystery. Why haven't you informed the police? This may surprise you, Monsieur Falcon, but I'm actually not a ruthless money-grabbing Borgias. A housemaid steals 100 francs of silverware from me, a mere drop in the bucket for a man of my stature. What it is, I feel no need to ruin the poor girl's life over something so small and petty. I see. I apologize, Baron. I didn't mean to pry. It's quite alright. Did you two want to ask something else? What happened the night of the murder? Baruch, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh ho! Am I in trouble? Not at all. Nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrive at 5 o'clock, and we all sit down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. I see. Is there something else I can help you messieurs with? We'll be leaving. I think that'll be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. A new day. Alright. Palace de Justice. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palace de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? Nope. We got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled. Wow. Well, at least that's one of us feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do? No. We've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Alright, everyone. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? JJ Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Darn. That's not it. Oh gosh. Where are my notes? I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh? Was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have the trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored second lowest marks of the class, who scored the lowest? I chose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Okay. That one and that one. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Caroline de Mayo. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred, without fear, and to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no. Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's still the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with a lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were all alerted and brought to the scene by housemaid Baron Rogel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Mayo. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine. That's your opportunity to find flaws in this testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Excellent. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious. The Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws? Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there on Lady Paws? Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtier hands on the victim's body. We know there's blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile! The inspector seems to be pretty definite. Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question! It's Monsieur Grenouille's. How can you be so sure? I object. This line is questioning absurd. There was only one murder victim. The blood on Dame couldn't have been... Judge, how can you try to delay the trial by asking pointless questions? Do you have any reason to suspect the... I do. Your Honor, I actually have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did they come from? On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, I'm, in a manner of, speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. And Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but the steak? Well... Wait, don't, answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. So, Inspector Valente, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a mess eater? Now hold on just a minute. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant Burgess kitten. She would have no doubt brought up flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like a proper civilized animal. How could she possibly have gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is quite a good question, or at least it would be in any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household has been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from Rogel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rogel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah. What a twist. You're getting a little favor with the jury. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that Paris and police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps I'll do a little inspecting for yourself next case. Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Yes. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Roberto Rubino, the photographer who attended the banquet last night of the murder. Monsieur Rubino, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred, without fear, to tell the truth, and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could, witness please introduce himself, for a court record? As if anybody in this court does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Roberto Rubino, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I do not take people's pictures. I capture their very essence. Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. You may have seen my work in hit magazines, La Branche, or Sest Shut. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Rubino. But, let's get down to business. Could you tell us, your activities on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rogel to capture the evening events. I arrived at 7 in the evening, and I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rogel and I left. Like a true artist. With regards to photograph, who did you photograph? Thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you could all see it for yourself. Oh, very good. Take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture. So, let's see. Who do we have here? In the middle we have Baron Rogel, the lion, who hosted the event. On the left we see Signor Pertor de Mayo. Wait. It's not right. Father of the defendant, Dan Catalan. And finally, we see the household, Caroline Duhast, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Caroline de Mayo. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not in the photograph with the others. That does not mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, see a wall clock with the time. It says 7:30. Now, why is that significant? Well, as Inspector Volteri told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? With every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different than the one we borrowed from Rubino's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Caroline Duhast, Dame Cataline, and Signor Burnington. But Monsieur Rubino's photo shows Baron Rogel, where Dame Cataline should be standing. If we assume one photograph has been taken, this demonstrates that the photographs must be edited in some way. You should slam that evidence down and be like, bam, inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence is illegally obtained. If we were to present it, Monsieur Rubino would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial would be derailed. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license. We would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Well, for the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Arrived at some camera caption. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake in this photograph. Just to clarify, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That's most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is perfect, unbiased device. The photographs produced are flawless. Falcon, I am not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. Clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it. Wasn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in this picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hand pointing at 7 and 6. That is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crenary has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Regule or his housemates if you have any doubts. Monsieur Rubino, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there is an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock hand should be. Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubino, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink carefully put the hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include handless clocks in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning, sir. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photographs that had taken place precisely at 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubino created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting, and why was Monsieur Rubino coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubino. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting I'm guilty of producing this fraudulent photograph. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You're ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rubino, I strongly advise you answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubino, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under an Asian regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That is the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. So the clock hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts damn Cataline as absent. What's this? Don't be dense, monsieur. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of a night's events, because if we accept one part of the picture was edited, we must accept the possibility that the other parts were too. It is possible for Dame Cataline was painted out, or even worse, it is possible for another person to be painted in. We know that a witness was trying to cover up for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? The housemaid paid off the photographer, or was it Senor Purrington de Mayo, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Senor Purritor to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting the honest and beloved Baron Roguel deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be most outlandish theory. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Rabington, I am not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that is fine. Very good. I trust that the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay, Baron Roguel. On the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Senor Purrington, Monsieur Rubino, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. But I think we all know the story from here. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my interrogate, Garcon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let's establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Roguel, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with cross-examination. Okay. Let's see. The dinner went magnificently. See silverware. Can't do that. We have to get the cigar. Okay. Dinner. We'll have to visit the garden. Let's go to the garden. Bear, we saw the murder scene. Your garden for ourselves. When was the last time you visited it? Bear Roguel. When was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh? And why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash! My word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. The cigar, of course. This was found in your garden, to be specific, found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody, and, prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigar butts. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstand your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder trial, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped the half-smoked cigar in my fountain basin. You see, Falcon? There's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, but deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations, are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, you, Baron Roguel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I know? What illicit activities would they be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest court order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, No, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Roggio as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robino confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself, photographing the guests in front of handless clocks to make it easy for editing. And quite ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let the slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding on to a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it in his fountain, out of sight of guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Senor Purrington de Mayo, since that would ensure total control of his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage, Judge. I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You are just of the worst kind. How dare you, Garcelle? The utter nerve for lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat Borges. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you are a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp, I ought to gut you right here and now like a damn frog. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man, to the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk for myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then, I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask the animals of the court, please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system. What is that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelation, it is clear an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Mayo, to be not guilty. Yay! Go us! Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get the bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow, I thought goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. Uh-oh, what happened? I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized the opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business. You understand. Aww, snap. Business? To increase my papa's share in the trading company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogel's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris' finest. If I could prove Monsieur Robina's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robina to paint me over Baron Roguel and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for Bourdieu's kid like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for celebrations. Here's the payment of your service, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu. Adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, peut-être, Sparrow said. Well, that was a twist. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? That was crazy. That reminds me of an amazing movie. I can't remember the name of it, but I watched it not too long ago. It's a trial of this guy, and they get all this evidence that they can to try to prove that he's innocent, and he gets an insanity plea. And so once they move him out, he confesses to the lawyer that he's not actually insane, but there's nothing he can do about it. It's a really good movie. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's what is it? Primal Fear? Something like that. It's a great movie. If you have a chance, go check it out. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching Aviary Attorney, and maybe we'll keep going with this. I know it's a long video and a lot of reading. My throat is killing me, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, peace out.